Boom, boom. Alrighty. We are live. Alright, cool. So, hey guys, what's up? Thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. And whatever else you guys are watching on, if you're watching it live or not. But if you're live, you can watch it here on the stream and you can talk, and tell us, well, hey, what's up, and mention your thoughts and whatnot. I need to change my game type real quick or my game on here to Pubg. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and we are doing Vodcast episode 2. Boom, boom. Cool. Done. So that's updated. All right, cool. So, Steve, how you been, dude? I actually haven't talked to you in like a week or so.
I haven't seen you guys on much, or at least not on the same times I've been on this week. Plus, I've been kind of playing a lot of Destiny lately. I
Yeah.
got some in real life friends that play that game, so I've been hanging out with them quite a bit. But been missing a little bit of PUBG. Played a little bit today, but I was in Chicago this weekend for a football game, so I'm a little
For the Iowa game?
yeah, for the Iowa game. We were in Chicago. They played Northwestern. It was a bummer of a game, but yeah, a little exhausted.
Nah, I feel you, man. End of the weekend.
I'm
But go ahead.
the energy up. I was just gonna say I'm gonna keep the energy up. I got some apple cider right here.
All right, well, that gets that gets the blood flowing for you, man. Go for it.
Warm beverage.
But actually, I haven't been playing a lot of PUBG either. With work, like with my new job, I just like I don't know. My commute's an hour, pretty much both ways, so I don't get home
Wow.
till late, and I got shit to do, and I don't know, just adulting.
Yeah.
But and then like I took a nap one night, and like so outside of like my 2 nights I stream on Mondays and Tuesdays. Shameless plug. Anybody wants to watch that shit? Come by Mondays and Tuesdays, not Eastern Standard. But also, actually, I'm going to go off a little bit, and we're going to talk about that for a second because I don't know if anybody watches this on YouTube versus watching it on our stream, they don't know what we're part of. So those of you guys that are watching a YouTube video versus the stream, or if you're watching the stream and don't know, me, Mediocre, so Steve, right here, Mudcat, who you guys see me play with, a guy named Oreo, Traxeline. We are all part of the Drunken Halo Happy Hour stream team. It's basically just a generic stream team, group of guys that like playing video games. But we all met through a really cool, great community called Drunken Halo. We all started we all met each other through Halo, essentially, and through that community. They do a really, really great podcast. We all just listened. They have a good community and like a place. They have a Slack chat to where it's very similar to Discord, if you know what Discord is. And basically, kind of met everybody through there. It's a good place to meet like a more older demographic of people that play console games. So I don't know. Met a lot of good friends through there, and they put together a stream team and asked a couple of us to do that for them, and that's how me and Steve got in there, and then most of us have moved on to playing PUBG now, pretty much as frequently as we were Halo at one time, because we all played Halo nonstop. But the Halo 5 is the most recent Halo, and it's been out for 2 years now, basically. So it's kind of drying up, and it's just other games out we want to try out, and a lot of us have switched over to PUBG. But I mean, I still think I can't really speak for everybody, but I'm pretty sure most of us Halo still holds a really good place in our heart, and it's really important to us. But I just want to give them a shout out because they have really, really helped us. I don't know about you, Steve, but they've helped me a whole lot with like creating content. They've inspired me. They're just good dudes. They're good. They're good people. Definitely give them a look. And if you guys do any gaming and you're looking for an older demographic of guys that are just good people to play with, and you're okay with having fun sometimes, and playing competitive is great, but like also like just meeting new people, good people, definitely hit me or Steve up. We'll definitely get you in the right place. We'll get you in the Slack chat or in our Discords and introduce you to people. But anyway, so
Yeah,
yeah.
the drunken Halo community is top notch. You're gonna find all sorts of people. You'll make new friends almost immediately. It is an older demographic, which is nice, but we've got some younger guys in there.
No, absolutely.
And we play all sorts of games. Halo is kind of the game that brought everybody together, but through this community, Halo 5 is by far my favorite Halo out of the series because of this community.
Yeah.
And it's spawned me streaming because of like you and Mudcat streaming and stuff. I wanted to get into it. So yeah, good. If you guys want to get into a great community and learn a lot and just meet some good guys, we can get you in there.
Yeah. But yeah, so me and Steve, we both stream for them. So I stream on Mondays and Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for about 2 hours. So what I've been really playing on Monday, I played Rainbow Six Siege because I have a good friend of mine that's super into that, and I had it just kind of sitting there, and I ended up playing with him on Sunday, the day before I streamed, and really, really had a lot of fun. So I was like, I want to stream this tomorrow. And then Tuesday, I'm kind of like one of those guys that really likes horror movies and stuff. So whenever it's around Halloween, I'm like, yeah. So I basically played Resident Evil on Tuesday, trying to beat that game. I played that last year around Halloween. It's so freaking fun. It's such a good game. It's so scary. Yeah. So definitely, if you guys are into that, you can swing by and watch that. I'll be trying to finish that up before Halloween comes around. But Steve, what days do you stream?
I stream for the happy hour, the Drunken Halo happy hour. I stream Sunday mornings right now. Although I did miss this morning, but that's because I was in Chicago. I stream from 9 to noon, if not a little bit later, and we kind of start out with some chill. We gotta get over our hangovers and whatnot, but then we move on to PUBG or Destiny, Halo. But then I try and stream Tuesday, 2 nights out of the week, either Tuesday and Thursday or Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's usually from in the middle of the evening to late at night. I don't really have a set schedule for middle of the week, but times during the week.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. No, I think all of us, none of us are really, like, even the other happy hour guys like Mudcat and Trax, we stream all the time. It's just those are like the those are the time frames that we have set aside. It's like, hey, no matter what's going on during the week, like those are the times we're trying to hit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I mean, I could be just sitting in my house bored and I'll pop open and start streaming. So it's not really set to that per se, but. Anyway, let's get into the PUBG stuff. So, me and Steve were talking. We know we missed last week. I had some stuff going on. I couldn't make it, and it just didn't work out. But so we're making up for it this week. And then, Steve, if you're gonna be able, if you could, I don't know, we haven't really talked about it. This upcoming Sunday, I just kind of want to get back on track. Missed a week, but technically next Sunday would be the second Sunday. You know what I mean? So I just want to do next Sunday as well, if possible.
Yep.
But yeah, so basically, kind of where we had both of us had stepped away from playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I don't really know a whole lot that's going on right now. I've been basically waiting for the reset, which we recently started. And then I finally tried Fortnite, by the way.
But yeah, how'd that go?
I don't like it. I'll be completely honest. Like, I am I'm not a fan.
What don't you like about it? What is the thing that is setting you back?
So, like, this is something I've heard a lot of people tell me like, I've talked to people about Fortnite versus PUBG before, and obviously even on our first podcast. There's something that, like, I haven't heard anybody say yet, and I think is really the reason I don't like it. And it's not as big of a, it doesn't seem like as big of a loss when you die. Like, in PUBG, if you get an AWM, or if you get an M20, or like a crate drop, or if you get a fully decked, like, M4 with a silencer, and you die, you are pissed. Like, you are not happy about it. Like, you are trying your hardest to survive. And that, everything's so, like, everything's so, I guess, balanced is the appropriate word, but, like, it just, you can win with a pistol, you can win with a SMG, you can win with, whether it's, okay, so, and for those who don't know, Fortnite, the way that they do the rankings of how good the gun is basically off of a coloring system very similar to, like, an MMO. So, purples and exotic yellows are much stronger than, well, not much stronger, but they're stronger than a white or a blue or a green. So, but it's not that big of a gap. So, like, every time I picked up, like, it's like, oh, do I want the blue or the green shotgun? Like, it really doesn't matter that big a deal. Like, just pick one. And in the end, like, when I'm down there to the end, I'm like, okay, if I die, I still only have, like, a green assault rifle. Like, whenever I die, it didn't really matter that much to me. It seems like the matches go a lot quicker.
Feels like a much more casual game.
Much more casual, and
Uh,
that's kind of
where
what.
me and you kind
Good.
me and you kind of like a more competitive type, and it just Fortnite feels more casual.
Exactly, and like I mean, PUBG is very much just one of the main things that drives it home is like that adrenaline pumping, like I don't want to die situation. Like that is one of the things. That is one of the key essence of that game that I love. That's one of the reasons I even like sought out like, hey, this game's different than other games. Like that's I don't know. Just personally, that's one thing I just like absolutely adored about that game, and the fact that Fortnite took that key essential piece and pulled it out is like so like upsetting to me. Like I Gabe the junior ace, one of the guys that is now a co-host of the Drunken Halo podcast. But he's a good friend of ours. He plays Fortnite because he doesn't have a computer, and he plays Fortnite on his Xbox. And I played. He told me, he's like, yeah, man, I now know what you guys mean when it's like, dude, there's not a feeling like getting a chicken dinner. And like then I played Fortnite with him. I was like, no, you don't. Like you will not understand that until you play PUBG and get a chicken dinner. Like you won't get it. And like it's something against Gabe. Like Gabe definitely like I'm sure that was really great feeling of winning that match. But like it's not the same. It's just not like I don't know. But anyway, that's yeah. So I played that. Wasn't a huge fan. I can definitely see myself playing it in the future, but not because I say, hey, I want to go play Fortnite. It's gonna be because Gabe's gonna be like, hey man, we want to play a match of Fortnite, and I'll be like, in my head I'll be like, not really, but I'll do it because you want to, and then I'll play like and then like I'll play like 2 or 3 matches. I'll be like, let's go play Halo, and that's pretty much how it'll go. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not for me, and that's really the biggest reason right there. I think that the building aspect of it's really cool. I think that it definitely has some cool things going on for it, but that just really drew me. Like it just kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, this is not. I don't know, and I think drawing compares like because of that one thing. Like I just don't think they're even comparable. like the experience I get, I understand they are comparable for everyone, but like from my standpoint, like that I don't know. It just takes away everything.
Been so surprised at the top PUBG players, how willing they've been to jump over to Fortnite. Like Ninja, he's been playing Fortnite pretty heavily, and I don't like watching Fortnite as much as I like watching PUBG. Like so now I watch a lot of Shroud because he's pretty much the main one, but also
Right.
Grim. He's gone over to Fortnite, but he also splintered his PUBG audience, which wasn't good. But I've kind of been surprised at the popularity of Fortnite. Not saying because I think it's a bad game, but I just because PUBG is so good that I'm still surprised there's this many people switching over to Fortnite.
Yeah,
It's been interesting.
I completely agree. I think it's strange too. I think I've seen like Josh IG doing it and like Ninja. I really just saw a few of them doing it, and I thought, and the main reason I thought they were doing it is because they are known to be variety streamers. They play different games all the time. I saw Josh OG playing through the new South Park game. Like they'll play anything, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which, by the way, that South Park game was awesome. But anyway,
Yeah, I need to try that.
yeah, absolutely. Stick of Truth was great. But yeah, so anyway, so the one thing we are going to talk about today that is a little bit different, we're not going to go into the whole Fortnite versus PUBG thing like we did last time. There's already a whole episode on that. We might touch base on it. I'm sure we'll touch base on it over many times in the future just because of how we have to see how that story develops, you know. But one thing I did find online that I was watching earlier today, I wanted to show to Steve. Sent him a link for it. It's a little YouTube video by WTF Moses. He's if you guys don't know who he is, he's he's just a YouTube guy for he makes PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds videos. He's cool dude. But basically he had some news that he had read up about that I was unaware of about the patch notes that are coming up in the new patch, and he had some theories and ideas as to where PUBG was heading in the future, and it is a little worrisome to me, but we'll touch base on it after we watch the video. So I'm going to go ahead and change my scene real quick to where you guys should be able... Hold on. There it goes. All right. So you guys will be able to see this video for us.
And I'm seeing this actually for the first time.
So. Yeah. So Steve hasn't watched this yet. I watched it once. Steve, do you have it pulled up?
Did you send me a link?
Yeah, I sent it to you on Discord. Direct messaged it to you. Take your time, dude. We'll just start it up at the same time, so just let me know when you get to it. And we won't pause. We'll watch it all the way through because I think that's just gonna get mayhem if we keep pausing it and stuff.
Just straight from the beginning.
Yeah, straight from the beginning. Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll count down and we'll go at the same time.
All right. So it said it just says the death of PUBG patches Xbox more. That's
yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so you count it down.
All right, we're gonna go on go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
The Mastrop Vast is a 35-inch ultra-wide gaming monitor with a beautiful VA
Am I
panel.
getting an ad?
100
well, right now you are. He's just
FreeSync,
okay.
and at $549.99, it is one of the most affordable gaming ultra-wide monitors on the market. The monitor boasts a sturdy metal build and 1800R curvature for great viewing
I don't know
angles,
either. I've never had one,
also
but I want
VESA
it.
mountable to fit into almost
I want
any
it.
setup. Check out the link in the description for more information, and thanks to Mastrop for sponsoring this video.
Be cool for some
Hey
games,
y'all,
but...
Moses here. Today I wanted to cover this most recent bit of news released yesterday from the PUBG development team regarding the road to launch and the patch notes for this week that is now live as of today. It is October 17th. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know there's going to be a lot of opinions, okay? A lot of feelings happening today. Now, it's not going to be the same type of pontificating that you're used to. It's going to be a different kind of pontificating that maybe you're not used to. And I'm certainly not used to because I have not been in this position yet as a PUBG content creator. So with that in mind, I would like to say thank you to the development team for making this game because I would not be talking to you and you would not be subscribed to me without this game. So I'm infinitely grateful. So let's just kind of jump right in. We received news that we will not be getting an October patch, not the one that we anticipated, which would be a full content patch as we have received every month since early access launched in March. There are 11 weeks left until the end of 2017, say the devs, and they are hard at work to make sure that they deliver the launch version PC 1.0 and the Xbox game preview by the end of 2017, as was their mandate when the game launched. Not the Xbox part, the exit from early access back in March. This Xbox thing didn't come out until a little bit later, around Gamescom is when it was announced. And at that point, there was some concern that Xbox would take away from the current development of the game. So let's kind of examine that and a few other things. The first thing I wanted to say is this is horseshit. We've received content patches every month since the game came out. Back in August, we gave them a hard time for launching patches too quickly because that patch, while was quite good once they fixed it, broke the servers for a weekend or so. So that was when I said myself that they should take extra time to put these patches through testing and take a couple extra days. So I said it and I stand by that. That is the right thing to do. And that's what they're going to do with vaulting and climbing. They're basically saying that we will receive a vaulting and climbing patch on the test server at the end of October, early November, and we will test. There will be a couple of test phases to make sure that everything works, and ahead of the launch of the PC 1.0 and the Xbox game preview, which I imagine is the Xbox beta. So they're not going to. They want to provide a stable service. Just gonna let that one stand. Some nice things in there, you know, the 3D replay system, which is I think probably one of the biggest features that I'm excited about, as well as new vehicles and the new map and all the other stuff that we've been talking about through early access. So why is this bullshit? Well, it's bullshit because this PC 1.0 and Xbox thing is in the same sentence. Nowhere here does it say that, well, I mean, they've said in the past that development teams are separate and distinct, but it seems very strange that if vaulting and climbing has been in development for already 2 or 3 months, and you know, I'm not saying that that's a small endeavor, that we would have maybe seen some other level of content being pushed, like server stability, game optimization, all the other things that would have gone into making the game more stable today. So, is PUBG dying? No. PUBG is growing at a rapid rate. Is the idea or the concept that was presented to us when the game launched by Brendan Green dying? Yes. We were told in many different forums and on posts and here and there that this was going to be different. They're going to treat PC as the primary platform. They were going to treat it as open and transparent. They were going to communicate. We were going to get weekly patches, monthly content updates, regular communication about development, and they were going to leave early access by the end of 2017, which by all accounts, aside from those first two things, they are going to do. They are going to leave early access at the end of 2017. So there's a couple of factors that made PUBG very successful. One was the fact that the battle royale genre was underserved. H1Z1 was the only other game kind of populating that space prior to PUBG, and that even Brendan Green had a hand in that project as well, at least in its early stages. Before that, Battle Royale was a mod for Arma 3, which was popularized by Brendan Green. So essentially, PlayerUnknown, Brendan, as I'm going to have to refer to him now, has basically proliferated this game mode and made it popular essentially on his own, just through not sheer force of will. Well, sheer force of will, really, yeah. I mean, by putting the mod out, then by going to work on King of the Kill, and then by putting this game out with his name on it, he has made this game the way it is. So let's look at King of the Kill. So this is one of the things that is kind of ties into one of the primary criticisms of PUBG, which is when another competitor enters the space, even if it's a AAA developer or some other person or some other game like Fortnite, which in itself was kind of a roughshod, kind of slapped together mode on a game that had already flopped. Fortnite was a flop as far as I could tell, or else they wouldn't have completely changed their game to try and compete with PUBG and take away market share. This is what King of the Kill looked like around March. So March is when the beta came out for PUBG. Okay, so there's about 124, 115 around that amount of peak users daily, concurrently. Now, as you can see, this happens. Okay, badness. The player base essentially shrinks and doesn't necessarily disappear, but it is a absolute shadow of its former self. And now they sit at 44,621 peak concurrent users. Let's say 50. Say 50,000 peak concurrent users daily. So let's flip over and take a look at PUBG. So PUBG, obviously a completely different story. You know, it's doing this. It's growing at a fairly rapid rate. I mean, from here to here, these are incredible growth rates here. So it's one of these situations where you have to say, how could PUBG possibly be dying? There are a couple of things within this graph that I think are kind of interesting. So around the time of August, which is when when that Golden Bullet patch was released, and then broke the servers, and then they fixed the servers, and then everything was great. So like these like August to like September-ish, like just before like mid-August or early September, the game was awesome. The early desync was reduced significantly, not gone, but it was reduced significantly. And then September came along, so a little bit further down the line here. This was kind of like the popularity is increasing because the game is more stable, it's a little bit more playable, there's more content, and that's kind of just the trajectory of the game. Now, around the same time, Brendan Green announced that he would be stepping away from being the point man for the community. He was no longer going to be the guy writing the patch notes. He was no longer going to be the guy answering all the questions on Twitter, and for good reason. The game was increasing in popularity, and I mean, Brendan had a few missteps PR-wise. I mean, some of it might have been like for show, like the whole thing with Dr. Disrespect. So, fine, fair enough. But at the same time, around that announcement, they also announced that on August 16th that they would be changing the way the patches rolled out. We're going to go to as they are ready to be rolled out type of thing, focusing on the month-to-month patches. Now, Gamescom happened around there as well. And at Gamescom, Xbox was announced. And then, all of a sudden, the September patch was late, a little bit late, you know, about 2 weeks late. Not a lot of optimization in there. There was a new weapon, a couple of changes here and there. Not a bad update, but not as robust as we had seen in the past. If you think logically, why would a completely separate and distinct team try to port the game to Xbox if they're trying to maintain some unification of what the game is supposed to feel like. So why then would nobody from the current team go to work on Xbox, or at least, spend time giving them direction, not focus primarily on PC? And you can kind of see that as we get kind of these little dinky updates with 3 or 4 lines. And even then, there is server issues. And why wouldn't there be? These are, the game is not designed at a basic level, even when it came out, to deal with the load that was being put on it. And it took 3 months or 4 months to get it to a point where it was playable at a player base that was a fraction, 500% less almost of a size than it is now. So not only is their cost for servers going up, the actual physical servers from Amazon going up, but the actual net code, the actual engineering side of it is just struggling. The matchmaking, the in-game stuff, all of it is struggling. But optimization and the rest of the wants from a game development standpoint have essentially been put on hold. And on top of this drastic increase of players, there's something else that I would like to point out to you as well, and that's the share of who's actually playing this game. Now, this chart.
I thought this was really interesting.
I know it was cycled around on Reddit and some other places recently, but to give you a brief overview, the yellow line you see here, just because it's kind of hard to tell, this yellow line right here, this is the U.S. player base. Okay, so it started at about a 35% share when the game launched, which makes sense. It was very popular in the U.S. and China. I don't think even had access to Steam around here. But this blue line here, that's China. Okay, so now you can see this intersect here around the same time as the game began to really take off. Okay, so China is now responsible for 42% of the overall player base, and the U.S. is responsible for less than 12%. Canada included, it's about 15%. So let's say North America is below 20% of the overall player base. China is the dominant force in the game right now as far as overall players. Now, the U.S. player base has been on a significant decline. Significant in the sense that it has dropped more than 20%. The amount of hackers that are in the game has also increased drastically. BattleEye themselves have said that they're banning 322,000 cheaters. That was on October 12th, so just under a week ago, and that they're banning 6 to 13,000 individuals a day, with nearly 20,000 in the last 24 hours alone. So that number is also increasing, and the vast majority is from China. So what goes into killing a game? More hackers, server instability, bad communication from the developers, and a shrinking player base in a major market. So a sale is a sale in the eyes of Bluehole. So really, maybe everything's hunky-dory on their end, but at least for us, the people that are playing on this continent is shrinking and continues to shrink. This is trending downwards. So is the U.S. player base dying? Kind of. Is the overall game dying? No. Again, looking back at what was stated to be the purpose of this game was to be different, to bring a different approach, to be transparent, be open, and to make something that everyone could enjoy that would not stay in early access forever. That concept, as far as I can tell, is dead or dying. I don't know what 1.0 is going to bring. Maybe it's maybe I'll look like a complete idiot. Maybe 1.0 vaulting and climbing will be perfect. The 3D replay system will be awesome. Optimization will be huge. Maybe that's the golden bullet. Maybe we haven't seen that yet. But for today, it feels like we're going the direction of this yellow line. The reality is that I can't defend this kind of stuff anymore. And I am a huge proponent of this game and the idea that was presented to me, and I've kind of been holding on to that, and maybe I've held on to for too long. I don't think that this is something that you can call complete. You can't just call a 1.0 release early access out of here. All I can see is corporate influence here, where they say let's get it out of early access so we can raise the price to a regular PC price like $80 Canadian or $59.99 US. Get it onto Xbox so we can get revenue there, and that's all that seems to be important these days to game companies, which is maximizing your revenue, getting those paid DLC. I don't think PUBG will get paid DLC, but like having the cosmetic system kind of come out of early access, because that was a very documented point that there would be no more until early access is complete. So they want to get the hell out of early access so they can start making more money. And that might come at the cost of us having a stable game for the next 11 weeks. That's it for today. Check me out on Twitter at WTF Moses, on Twitch at WTF Moses, and see you guys out there.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, super depressing.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's depressing at all. There's cause for maybe some concern. What do you? So you saw this video before I did. What are
Right.
your thoughts?
I think Moses had a lot of good points there. I think, as with anything, the closer you are to it, I don't know how to phrase this. The closer you are to a game or the development of something, or closer you are to a project, the more passionate you are about it. The more you scrutinize it, I guess. So I think because this has kind of become everything that he. I mean, I don't know Moses. He might have. I know who he is, but I don't know if he has a job or if he just does YouTube and streaming or what. And I don't know if this was his big ticket because at the beginning, he referenced, he's like, I'm very thankful for what you guys have done. You've obviously it's played a big role in his development as a content creator. So I think he's obviously very passionate about the game. So it would be very easy for me to see him being more, I don't know, the more worrisome toward these things. Does that make sense? I mean, like, if it's going to be an income for him, if it's going to be a source for his content creation that he loves to do, and there's some signs of negativity, I can understand in human nature being concerned. Like, and I think because it is something that his online reputation is completely built around, obviously he's way more passionate about it. So I think a lot of what he's saying, there's a lot of truth there, but I also think that he's kind of overreacting, if that makes sense. I think he hit the nail on the head with some things. The big thing that I wanted to draw out from this video, that's pretty prevalent and is going to be hit home for both of us, is Xbox really killing the population? Is them porting this to Xbox really killing the population and the updates and the overall experience for PC players that are playing PUBG? Is essentially what I wanted to talk about. What do you think? Because I can see both sides of the coin, and I can honestly argue both sides of the coin.
So the video basically he read through a little bit of the patch notes and kind of drew some conclusions from that, and then he looked up those graphs and drew a few conclusions from that, and then kind of made his whole argument from that. I think he did a good job, or I think some of his concerns from reading the patch notes are probably spot on, maybe a little amiss, but there's worrisome there. The graphs, on the other hand, you can read a graph so many different ways, but what I see is actually pretty normal from game point. So, like he said, the U.S. is in decline right now. The U.S. player base is in decline, but that's normal for any game. But what you're seeing, like, it increases in popularity and then it goes down. But what you're seeing, and he's trying to make the reference of the crossing the Asian market with the U.S. market, that's just Asian market lagging behind and being way bigger than the U.S. market as far as PC gaming.
Right.
PC gaming in Asia is I mean, they play most of their games are on PC.
Yeah, but I think he said specifically China as opposed to North Korea or like as opposed to like Tokyo, and you know what I mean, like it's one specific demographic. I think a lot of it. Well, anyway, continue. I don't want to cut you off. I'll say my thoughts after, but continue.
Right. But what I mean is that basically, that player base got the game so much later and is now seeing the growth, and it'll be a time before that starts to go down, just like at the beginning of early access, you didn't see the decline in sight, but now it's here for the US. Just like you don't see it in sight for the Asian servers or the Asian population, but you will see it unless, of course, this 1.0 patch comes out and changes some of that thing. Because right now, I think the U.S. player base has we have a lot of good games that have come out recently, and PUBG is the same. I mean, each game is a little bit different between each game, but honestly, you do the same thing every single game. It's fun.
Right.
It's still fun. There's different things to do within the game, but like I can't there's no achievements to work on. There's no different things for me to try and go do stuff like that. That is what I mean. So I think the U.S. population is getting a little bored of it, so to say. So, but that's why I think he's drawing some conclusions from each to make his whole argument, which is fine. But I think his arguments from the graph are a little bit off.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. For the most part, I definitely think you hit the nail on the head with our society just in general is very much, we have short attention spans. Games die out quick. What I think is insane is that this game has had so much success in such a short amount of time that it's not even technically fully released, and it's already kind of getting to that point where people are getting bored of it. That's kind of crazy to me. I think that other games like Fortnite and whatever else rolls in the future could play a role in this, but I think that the overall essence of the game is still the best of the best, and it's definitely going to be something that's only going to get better in time. I think one key thing that he did say that I 100% support, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing for everyone, but it's a bad thing for me, is that by them picking up this partnership with Xbox, it has hurt them as far as what they're delivering for PC gamers. They aren't delivering things as quick as they once were. The optimization, I mean, we all have issues with optimization. We all have desync. We still deal with all the freaking time. And like, I'm sitting over here, I don't have the best computer, but my computer is no piece of crap. You know what I mean? It's not a potato. It's really like, it should really be optimized. I mean, Jordan, Dominating Jordan, who's in the chat right now, I sent him my old computer, and honestly, that computer it's not great. It's not great. It was a budget build, but it should be able to run, it can run a substantial amount of shooters out there that are AAA titles getting released now. So, but when he was playing, he was getting 8 or 9 frames per second, which is absurd. Like, that is absolutely absurd. That is unplayable. That is unplayable. Like, I don't think there's anybody that would argue that is unplayable. And he's still trying to do it, but he's got some upgrades and stuff, but that's just a whole other thing. But like, I think until it's at the point where people can actually play the game, they don't need to be going out and making partnerships with other companies. They don't need to be pushing other things. What they need to do, and you see this with a lot of games, they bite off a bit more than they can chew, and I think that's something that is WTF Moses is really concerned about, and I completely 100% support and agree with. Which is worrisome to me. I mean, we've seen that with Halo. We've seen that with Halo. I mean, I don't like to be that guy that's like, Halo 3 was the best. But back years ago, it was a lot simpler and it was a lot easier to deliver something because there weren't 100 different thoughts going in and there weren't 100 different things you had to support. And like, there's just too many ideas being thrown at this thing in such a small amount of time. And it's gonna, if they don't acknowledge that could potentially kill the game, and they need to pick and choose what they can and can't do right away, and they continue to promise a million things to their customers, and it's just they're gonna fail. That's completely 100% what I'm thinking. I mean, vaulting and the new map and everything, like, I hope that comes out. I've kind of, over the years, just become skeptical to so many things that developers promised because of things like this. I don't believe it's going to be there. I don't believe a patch is going to fix it. I don't believe this is going to happen until it happens. And I think that's kind of the mindset we all need to have, because if not, what'll happen, and once again, you've seen this with other games, people will get pissed, people will boycott it, and they will go to another game. And that'll kill that community. and in turn the developer of the player unknown will get pissed at the whole situation. It'll be like, people just left, and like, why should I even care? Like, and it's not me saying player unknown's do anything wrong. It's not me. Like I'm sure he's a great dude. Like I know he's passionate about it. He's obviously made one of the best games in the world. It's more, that's human nature. You know, like if a million people tell you that they don't give a shit about what you're doing, and there's no support there, especially right after you had so much support, you any human being would be crushed by that. Like that's just like whether that's like, you know, a video game, whether that's like success in the music industry. You see that a lot, like suicides and whatnot, you know, depression, you know, drug addiction, because they like childhood stars that like killed it and now they're like in rehab and whatnot. Like it's just human nature. And like, I mean, I don't think PlayerUnknown is going to become a heroin addict or anything out of this, but like, I'm just drawing parallels as to like how something, if you go from having a lot of support to none, it can be really devastating to an individual, and in turn, I think that would kill the game. I really do. I hope that they realize this problem, and I think right now they're fine. I think right now where they're at, they're okay. They can do all this stuff and still deliver and everything. I think what could be problematic is, like, let's say they barely get the Xbox One out, the Xbox edition out, and it's garbage. It's not optimized well. They're running at 20 frames per second. Like it's just bad. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we're gonna partner with PlayStation. Like, and then they start pushing for that. Like you gotta get the thing situated first before you start pushing out to other you know, ventures. That's my thought on it.
Nail in the coffin could potentially be coming up with the Xbox. You're right, with the Xbox launch, because if that comes out, and I don't know if they've made a price point on it yet, but if they charge more than the $30, or even if it's the $30 and it's what we got day one of early access, they're in trouble. We're in trouble. Nobody's gonna want to pay $30 for that now, when you can go play it on PC for $30 and get better and still not the best. But like Xbox guys, they're not. I mean, they're different guys. They're not going to sit around and wait for something to get optimized. I mean, most games that come out for Xbox are ready to play, despite some bugs. And just look at MCC. Like, that
yeah. For those who are watching that don't know what MCC is, Master Chief Collection. It was a bundle of a lot of the old Halo games for an anniversary of Halo 2. And it had huge issues at the beginning. You actually couldn't play online, period. And that was kind of what a lot of people had taken off work, and just it wasn't ideal. But anyway, continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It might be not be the best comparison, but I'm just saying, though, like Halo, one of the biggest games of all time, crapped the bed on the console for which would have been an easy home run, but they didn't. And I could see it going that way for Blue Hole and PlayerUnknown as well.
Right, absolutely. And like, I think it's completely fine, and it should be expected that whenever because I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna want to play this with my friends on Xbox. When I buy that game, I'm expecting it to work. Expecting is not a good term. I should expect it to work. Personally, like I said earlier, I don't expect a lot anymore, but I should be expecting that, and I think a lot of people will. And carry me, Burger Boy. All right, Bark. Whenever if it comes out and it functions, I'll buy it and I'll carry you. But
it should be fairly close. I mean, the consoles these days are getting closer and closer to what a top-notch PC is, and the Xbox One X at least is a mid to low top end PC with its specs.
No, yeah, I completely understand. Yeah, the actual hardware and everything, and the fact that the one of the big things with PCs that, like, on a programming level, and I'm not a game developer, I don't know this 100% per se, but from a programming level, and one thing that makes sense to me is there are so many different parts you can have in your PC. So that's why some CPUs run it better than other CPUs. Now, typically, those CPUs that run it better are stronger and have more cores and have more threads and are just better CPUs in general. But I can't remember exactly what it was. There was one graphics card. It was like, this graphics card can run it better than this graphics card. And the first one was actually an older model than the second one. I just think that they go through the optimization process, and sometimes it works better with others. And I think that's one thing that could really work for Xbox. Since Xbox are just one bundle of parts, it's really simple to be like, boom, that's how it's going to be. But like you said, Xboxes are getting more and more like that. So there's the Scorpio, or there's the X, there's the... What was the S? There's the Xbox One original. I'm sure at some point we'll get an Xbox One X2 or something. Like there'll be other versions of this stuff as we move in toward the future. So I think that's just kind of something that the gaming development infrastructure needs to take control of and understand. But one thing that not just PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, every game needs to understand is you can't overdeliver. And it's really, really hard. A good example is that dude that made all the Fable games. I can't remember his name, but he always said this Fable game is going to be the best thing you've ever played in your life, in your entire life. And I mean, that's, from a marketing standpoint, that's astonishing. People are going to buy that game, so obviously they're going to tell you that. I think that a lot of the times those people think that 100%, yes, this is going to be the best thing in the world because it's their baby. But you need to look at it like that's their baby. You can't call someone's baby ugly. They're never going to say their baby's ugly. You know what I mean? But sometimes the baby's ugly.
Right. Look at No Man's Sky. Just less than a year and a half ago, maybe. Oof. That was brutal. I never played the game, but following that storyline. But yeah, just like Bark, you're right. Tons of combinations of hardware, hard to optimize for everything. Yeah, exactly. That is hard. Yep.
Yeah, it is. And that's hopefully something that they can hit the nail on the head. I really hope that the fact that it's going to be one set of hardware as of right now with the console, they can nail it and knock it out of the park. I don't know. They've got so many problems still with the PC version, and you're gonna disappoint somebody. I really think somebody's gonna be disappointed at the end of this. If it comes out on Xbox and it works it works good. It works really, really good, and it's almost to the point where it's better or even if it's even with PC. PC people are gonna be pissed off because you took all your time you could have been fixing their game that they pre-ordered, and you went and made this. They've already started to go down this road. You understand what I'm saying? It's not going to end well. Now I don't think that this is going to kill the game or anything. I think they still have a huge long lifespan. I don't think PUBG's dying or whatever he said. I think that's complete hooey. But the reality is he's right with this is not a good move, and they need to understand that before they continue to make these mistakes over and over again.
They need to realize that every game drops off at some point. The player population drops off at some point.
This is true.
You cannot. You will never find a game that will just grow infinitely. There will be a drop off. It'll reach its peak popularity, and then people are going to find something else they'd rather play. It's just the way we are. I mean, look at Pokemon Go last year. It was the talk of the world, and then a week later...
Yes and no. There is a game out there that I will defend with what you're saying in a second, but that it does kind of go against what you're saying. CS:GO, Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike's the same game.
That's a steady player base. It's not a... You're right. That goes against what I'm saying, but not entirely. They do a good job of keeping their player base. And because you have people that I just started playing that game, but I don't play it very much. It's the base that's been there for years that continue to play that.
Yeah, and there are other people that pick it up. I mean, like you said, you and me both have dabbled in it. We never caught my eye super a lot, but I mean, I understand the appeal of it. But one thing that CS:GO does do that I think PUBG could follow suit with and could cause their longevity of this game to stay put is they do have updates, and they do release skins, and they are updating things. Now, updates do not happen frequently. They don't. But like we talked about a little bit last time, if they get really involved in esports, people are going to play the game because they love the game and the mechanics of it, as opposed to, new content. So this new map that's coming out, that's going to be phenomenal. I'm so excited. I don't know when it's going to drop. Nobody really has a set date, as far as I understand. But that's, in my mind, that's not the way you want to go if you want to have the longevity. Like, you can't constantly, because I mean, you can't keep up. Like, you just will not be able to. They're
You can't.
It's you're just kind of setting yourself up for failure. But yeah, man. I don't know. I watched that video and I thought that was pretty interesting, the way that he phrased it. And like I said, I think he's a little bit too close to really have a educated, unbiased opinion. Not educated is definitely the wrong word to use there. He's very educated. He's a very smart man. But an unbiased opinion, I think, is more appropriate. So, all right. I made a couple notes while I was watching that video. I just want to make sure we touched on everything real quick. Player base dying. Like we already talked about, I don't think the player base is dying. I think the player base is here, but in the future it could definitely die if they do not go through the process of doing things correctly.
It's not dead. It's living. It's not dead. It may be declining, but that's normal.
Right. Developers are not helping. We touched base on that. They're not helping, but there's going to be a huge skyrocket in the near future whenever it comes to Xbox. Like, it's not dying. It's not dying.
At this point, we're making predictions.
Right, exactly. So now, one thing that I don't know. I don't know. I kind of got to run it by you, and also anybody that's in the chat or anybody that watches this video, feel free to leave a comment, because I really don't know, and I should have done more recon on it. But like, it might just be because of the way I approached it and what I was thinking. But you can't expect to hold 100% of the millions of players. Yeah, exactly right, Bark. But one thing that we heard about this map months ago. We heard about this vaulting mechanic months ago.
We were told it was going to be released months ago.
That's what I thought, and I'm not sure if that's right or if that was just like a rumor. Because I didn't really look into it, but I never saw anything finite written down by anybody saying that it was going to be released at a specific time, or in a timely manner. But
if I recall, it was brought up in conversations or Twitters or Discord chats that it was supposed to be in one of the updates that came out. I think, what was the one that got pushed back to, like, it got pushed back like 2 weeks or something. It was the bigger one. Like, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be in that one, but it just didn't have it ready.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, and that's kind of what I thought was the case as well. So if we're, like I said, if we're both wrong, definitely leave a comment. Tell us, don't be a dick. We're fessing up that we aren't 100% sure. But definitely help us out. We could definitely use that information. But yeah, if that is the case, like, that's just even another example. Like, we're promising things that we're not going to deliver on. I would not be surprised if those mechanics in that map, I would be surprised if the mechanics didn't make it. I don't think they'll both deliver before Christmas. I don't think they will have the map in and vaulting. I think they might have vaulting. I think they might have the map. I don't think they'll have both.
I think the map will be here for sure. Vaulting, maybe not in the form that we've seen it presented to us, but maybe a smaller portion of it or something. But yeah, you might be right in saying that we're not getting both of those fully.
Right. I'd prefer the map, says Bark, and I think I probably would too. The vaulting mechanic sounds cool, but it's not really anything that's ideal. Honestly, I'd prefer a lot of things over the map or vaulting. I'd like to be able to open the door the first time I hit F, and I'd like to, when I spawn in and land, not have to go through a first 1 minute of ridiculous desync. Now, after that first minute, it's clear and pretty good. Oh, shit, we got a little sub in the middle of this. Thank you, Jordan, very much for the 4 months of subbing to me. Very much do appreciate it, my friend. It definitely helps me out a lot. But, yeah, I wish, and like, this is kind of just the person I am with video games. I wish that they made the best mechanical game they could before they try to push into other ventures. That's one of the reasons I love Halo is the whole Halo mechanics, in my opinion, are substantially better than others. I think Call of Duty. All right, Bark. Thank you for the sub, my friend.
Two of them.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. But shoot, man, I got distracted. Yeah, I think the Call of Duty has a great mechanical system, and the way that the mechanics work in that game is the reason it is successful. I think that's a really important part of a good game that's going to have longevity, and it's very much me being a biased guy that wants esports, very much so. But that's the thing. That's my bread and butter. That's the stuff I love. So it is what it is.
There's something to be said about letting your game be what it is, and then work on it while it's that game. Just let it be. Just let it let players play that game, even if it's not all that great. If there's bugs or it's broken, fix it right away. But if the game is playable, let it be for a little bit, and then come in and make a patch to even things out.
Right.
I mean, I know this is an early access game, so that maybe doesn't stand quite as true because it's a process, but let it be for a little bit, let people get used to it, and then come in and patch it. Work on it for a couple of months. But don't let us know. Let us know, hey, we're working on this. We have some ideas in mind.
Don't send us a video or demo of the vaulting mechanic that's not going to be here for 7 months. That's absurdly. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, because I've seen plenty of games where player bases get mad that something's not happening. They're not leaving necessarily. They're just player bases love to get mad at stuff. But if you let them down, that's even worse.
Right. And anybody that's working for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I want to just preface this. I don't know how you found my video. Thank you for coming by. Please subscribe and like. But I want to preface this. We, in no way, shape, or we love this game. 100%. That's why we're scrutinizing it. We want it to succeed.
It's a blast.
I don't know, man. That's how it always is, man. You find that thing, that game that you really, really love, and you want to see it succeed, and then you play it into its grave, and then it gets resurrected in the form of Halo 5, and things are good again for a little bit. But man, I don't want to go through that roller coaster of emotions. Please just get it right the first time. But yeah, man.
Please, for heaven's sake, announce the next Halo.
Please let us know when PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds 2 is coming out anytime now. Nah. But yeah, man. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to touch base on. Is there any final thoughts you want to throw down, or anything else you kind of want to talk about? We definitely can go into another topic.
No. I think touching it, we've kind of touched on the patch. I mean, we could go into more detail about it, but we just don't need to. We've touched on the big things that are coming, the map, and that's pretty much what we need to know. Because other than that, it's just optimization. Mm-hmm. That's all we need. So no, I think we've touched on everything that we need to touch on.
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely think it's a good topic. All right, cool. So let's do our duos match and get another chicken. We were successful in the last one, getting a chicken first run. Yeah.
Can we go 2 for 2?
Don't count the chickens before they hatch, my friend. All right. So I thought that was pretty clever.
Words.
That was pretty clever, right? Yeah. Okay.
Eyes words.
All right, cool. I'm gonna hop on the Discord. I'm coming to yours. I am in general. I'm going to end this call, and you're gonna meet me on the flip side. Cool. Check 1, 2. I am still here. All right, cool. So I'm gonna quit this real quick. I'm gonna pull up Steam. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da. All right, and Bark and Jordan, thanks for hanging out, guys. I didn't really get a chance to. I didn't give you guys a shout out. I was talking. I was in the middle of everything. I want to make sure the video was good. Fred as well. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate it. Let me pull up the game-o here. All right, we gotta get rid of the chicken count. There we go. That's gone. Boom, boom, no. Phenomena. Oh, dude, and check out my background. I don't know if you guys caught that, but pretty sweet background here. I got going
Chicken.
on. Yeah, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's pretty dope.
Low poly type.
An error occurred while updating player unknown battleground. Alright, cool. So, there it is. Okay. I was going to say, if I have to update, we're going to have to clip this in Sony Vegas, but it's already updated. I'm on my way. Alright, cool. And invite. And matching. Alright, cool. Also, while we're just chilling here, go ahead and plug your stuff while I'm doing...
You can follow me on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/mediocre_IA. With E's are actually threes. So,
yeah. So M3 Dioker
yeah,
3.
OCR R3_IA. And then you can follow me on Twitter. You can just search for me, mediocre IA with E's or threes for E's as well. I try and tweet quite a bit, and I also have a Discord chat room that you can join if you'd like. You can just shoot me a message on Twitter or whatnot. And that way you can kind of see when we're playing and see when I'm streaming, that sort of thing. So.
Yep. Alright, cool. So, you pick the spot.
We're going to go Nova Scotia.
Nova? Okay. Sounds good, boss.
I prefer that we try and make these longer games.
Try to win.
That way we can try and get the inner chicken dinner.
Yeah. Now that we won the first one, I want to do the same.
We're gonna have to jump for V.
Fuck. Hold on.
It's gonna go right.
The problem is I'm programming my mouse mid-play. Like. Alright, cool. I'm back.
It's just gonna have to be a long jump.
Come on, game, load up. Oh, fuck. Alright, cool, I'm in. Sorry. I almost didn't make it.
Nice.
Alright, this is the first time I've played this week, which is crazy, but...
That is kind of crazy. I thought I noticed. I was like,
Man,
been a
I've
dead
been
week for all my
sleeping and, like... Yeah. I've just been doing other stuff, man.
Like, I like Destiny, but there's just not a ton to do on it.
Yeah. I have been playing Halo though. That was one thing. Did you see the new update for Halo? What's coming into that?
Yeah, I didn't. Nothing really.
Oddball, bro. Oddball.
I'm not gonna lie. I suck at oddball.
Oddball is the best game type in Halo, in my opinion.
No, capture the flag.
Capture the flag's good. I think that I might be saying that about capture the flag, the same statement, but with capture the flag instead of oddball. If capture the flag wasn't in this game, it wasn't in Halo 5. You know what I mean? Like, because I just miss it. You know.
Nice. Novo's gonna be in the circle. I'm just running there. We should be all by ourselves.
Hope so.
Oh, you pulled early. You're gonna make it all the way there.
Yeah.
I did not do that, but I got a vehicle right here, so I'll be there in a Jeep.
Alright, I'm gonna veer off and go get a scar. Oh, of course. Taking damage on the fall, of course.
Horse. Sounds about right. Oh. Oh. Well, that car is fucked. But nobody can see my screen. Surprised you didn't make us try and go to crates.
Yeah. Did you talk to your brother about that? I told him every time I play with you, I'm gonna make you go to crates from now on because I know you hate it.
No, yeah, you said that when we were playing together.
Oh. Yeah. I actually played. I've been playing a shit ton of Halo with your brother, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Been thinking I need to get back into it, but then I just don't have that many people to play with. So.
Yeah. I feel you. Oh, there we go.
Love a good gun. Sure, I'll find one though.
Berg doesn't play Halo. Berg does play Halo.
I thought the tournament this weekend was pretty good for what I saw. I didn't get to watch it.
Oh, man. You should watch, if you get a minute, watch the Splice versus Optic Fathom Capture the Flag. It is insane. Dude, I posted a clip of it in the Slack. But, like, immediately after the end, like, it ends in a really crazy fashion, they cut to the stands. And, like, the first person you see is Gabe standing up by himself, like, clapping. I'm like, yeah!
Funny. The desync in the beginning of this game is so bad. It's like what we were talking about. But for me, it's worse because of my gateway.
Barry doesn't play Halo. Not with me, cry face. Guess you don't want to be beat. It's true, I do not want to be beat. No, dude, I've been on the past, like, 2 days, 3 days maybe.
Yeah, if you didn't send invites, don't get mad.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were online. So, I don't know if that's really a fair attack there, buddy. Now, in your defense, I probably would decline you, yes. I'm just playing, bro. Hit me up, dude. I'm looking for people to play with. Actually, Gabe was talking to me, and he really wants me to, like... He really wants to get better. He wants me to play with him. And there's no way... Like, I love Gabe to death, but there's no way I can just play with just the two of us and not, like, throw Rage Fit. So, Bark, you can absolutely join. And it's nothing on Gabe. It's actually very much my own fault. I'm way too competitive for my own good.
Welcome to the club.
I played SWAT yesterday. Wasn't horrible. That's good, man. I feel like SWAT's very connection based.
Yes.
Could be saying that because I'm bad at it, but
No, it's connection based for sure.
ooh, an M4. Let's go, baby.
Go. M4 is my favorite gun.
That being said, I have.
The vehicle that just pulled up.
All right. You know where? What direction or anything?
Might be driving away.
It's rage inducing. I believe it completely.
Yeah, they drove away.
Did they? Is that you shooting?
That was me shooting.
Okay.
They drove away. They saw my tipped over car.
There's an M4 over here, or if you want it.
I am on my way. Check these crates.
It's in the back garage. If you need ammo, just come to me. I'll give it to you. I picked it up.
Why is there nothing in these crates today? Jeez. Over in this, you said over in
Yeah, the back
small ones?
garages. The back garages. No, not these ones. The back one, like toward the bigger one.
Oh, the big one. Okay.
Yeah. Alright. So how's everybody doing? Didn't get a chance to really talk to you guys since I was middle of doing that. And also, if you guys have any thoughts, opinions, ideas for me to do on the stream, make it better for the vodcast, please tell me. I'm very new to this whole thing, so I'm trying to figure it out as I go and trying to make it the best I can. I'll be sensitive when I tell Steve the bad things you guys tell me to tell him.
Yeah. Please be sensitive. You know how hard my feelings get hurt when people.
Steve cries every night. I think I'm done taking 5 very seriously. The mentality will be back with 6. All right, fair enough, man. I understand that completely. I don't know, man. I got a little itch for the competitive scene recently. I'm just like...
Every time there's a good tournament, I get the itch.
Yeah. I got it whenever they said they're going to be doing, like, local tournaments and shit. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I wish it's too far away. I mean, 2 hours isn't the worst, but...
Yeah, they're doing, like, a whole, like... Yeah.
I'm
I
not
understand
sure if
that.
there's one in Des Moines, which would be 2 hours away from me.
All right, Bart came at you hot with the Steve sucks. Did you check this house, or did someone else open these doors?
They did not, so it was me.
Okay. Alright, check this one. Ready to roll out?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Just found a mini.
I mean, if I knew people that were on consistently at the usual times, I get on, I probably would be more into it. Yeah, I get that completely, man.
That's the hard part.
There's a SKS over here if you want it.
I just got mini.
Yeah, that's what I'm rocking to. I'm gonna have to get a new crew to roll with because my old crew is in the retirement department. One of them is like not. I don't even know if I think he actually sold his Xbox. Whoa! I got an 8x over here for you, by the way. I just gotta wait for this network flag to go away. Oh, okay.
Oh, don't kick me out. Come on.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
There's
one
a
of the
network
dudes. Yeah, I am. One of the dudes, he doesn't.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. There we go.
Okay.
One of the dudes, he doesn't what?
Yeah, I don't even think he has an Xbox anymore. And then the other two, I played with them this weekend, but they haven't played since Halo.
What are you talking about? Oh,
Halo
you're the
teammates.
team that you
Yeah.
teamed with?
Yeah, they hadn't played since the tournament. Like, they had played a couple matches here and there, but...
Are you using 7.62 at all?
No, I'm just 5.5. I have M4 and a mini.
Yeah, I'm dropping all this stuff. 7.62 I have.
Okay.
I'm not using it either. There's a Car 98 here if you want it.
Yes. I'm going to be using 7.6 now. Where's that?
It's on me.
Okay, can you mark it?
Top building in the bathroom. There's tons of there's 190
Ah,
7.62
yeah, that's fine,
just
man.
right
I'll do
above the stairs, just right outside the room actually. How far do we gotta go? Oh, nice.
I need M4 attachments.
I have angled for you, but I have an M4 as well, so
You're
I'm still
fine,
looking
dude.
for
Yeah,
it.
I'm just letting you know if you see any on the ground, like, snag that shit for me.
Oh, for sure. Actually, passed a couple of tactical, whatever. I don't remember where they were now, though.
Okay, so we're gonna take this, put that on it, we're gonna drop that.
Level 3 vest. Thank you.
There's a boat over here we'll take when we need to bail.
Oh yeah, I figured there would be. Could really you. I don't want to check that house.
Yeah, you can hit this one right here. I'll go to a different place. Yeah, bridgers. There's some bridgers. Oh, people here, people here. Directly 330 from me, up the street.
I don't see him. They're on the street?
Yeah, he was on the hillside. Like the street. Yeah, there he is. Tagged him once. There's two of them.
Yeah, I saw him. I'm gonna swing over into your side of the street.
Okay.
Is there a boat in the back? Do you know, or?
There's a boat toward like directly north of my position. I'm gonna get on this roof real quick, see if I can spot these dudes. Oh, yep, they see me. What do you think about keyboard plus mouse on Xbox? I think if it's an option for this game, I'm going to be doing it.
Yeah, the joysticks for like Fortnite, I couldn't do it. I don't see where they went.
Knocked one.
Nice.
They're at what, 285 in my position. He's down, but his buddy's probably going to pick him up. They're across the street on the hillside.
Okay, I'm kind of running over there.
He finally died out. I don't know where his teammates at. It's an option for Fortnite on PlayStation 4. Oh shit. Alright, zone's moving. Let's just get in the boat and get out of here. It's like out here to the northeast. And we are like, this is going to be hard to get out of. There we go. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Microsoft just needs to add it. I feel like it would make the PC console crossplay a lot less controversial on the competitive side of things. Absolutely. But
When did they make the waters popping up on the sides so mess with your sights so much?
I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Park. I think that's always gonna. People are always gonna bitch. Are those people up on the hill in front of me, or are those bushes? Up above us on the rock's face up here. Oh, hope they were bushes.
Where are they?
There's a boat beached up there where I was heading, so I'm gonna hop us out here. Yeah, those are bushes, I thought. I wasn't sure. See this boat down here to the 15 on the beach? Okay. Just making sure you saw that. try to work our way over here and get in the zone a little bit. This hillside's actually going to kick ass for us.
Mm-hmm. As long as nobody comes up behind us, but
Yeah. Thing is, we're kind of like in a little valley here, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Orange shirt, very stealth. Much stealth, very, very burger. Yeah, I don't need to drop that. Good call, Park. Alright, my vest's pretty fucked up too. It's a level 3, so I'm gonna hold on to it. But if we kill somebody and you realize I have a full vest, you let me know, okay?
Sounds good.
This compound was never hit to the south.
Not bad.
Alright, I see somebody. Northeast, across the road. Two.
I see him. Shot is
We got
ridiculous.
1 minute. Let's just roll. Alright, Death Valley here. That was my bad. Probably shouldn't have shot at them. I should have checked the map beforehand. Buggy on the
Agreed.
road to the left.
Hear it.
I saw it.
They flew by.
Yeah.
We're just going straight up the hill.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm just trying to get to the zone because this thing will chunk. Run straight at it, and then if we run into some trouble, we can find a different route. People at the yellow houses.
To the right.
Yeah, the ones up to the north.
Okay.
All right, we're in.
I can't see those shots.
It's okay. All right.
Oh shit! I'm knocked out. Apparently.
Yeah. I heard him. I didn't see him. I can't see him, bro. I'm sorry.
They're directly in front of me.
What direction?
South 210.
210. 210 or 120?
South 195 210. Crossing the street right now. You're not gonna come get me?
I don't see him, dude.
Like,
Oh, shit.
Oh, he's right. He's right to my right. There's one right to my right now. He's laying down.
I just killed him.
Oh no. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I wanted to kill them before I came down here and got you. I didn't feel safe doing it without.
Oh, where is? I got a good helmet. Let me know.
Okay, I'm medding real quick.
This guy to the right. Where did he go?
Okay.
There's a full level 2 over here.
Oh, yeah, I snagged one. Thank you, though. Clutch, thanks, Bark. Appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, that was clutch.
These yellow houses, there were people at them. I would assume they probably are still there. Or they pushed up here where I'm heading. Alright, there's a team out to west 285. Coming down the hill. Got tagged once. You can get me. You can get me. Put your hand on my butt. We'll have to walk in right after you get me. Oh, yeah.
Coming.
Just get in the zone. Just get in the zone. They're outside the zone, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there's guys right here.
Yeah, I think they're outside the zone.
They're trying to find you.
Yeah, I think they're looking for you. Don't worry, just get in cover and I'll crawl in. And if I die, I die. You're not in the circle. Yeah, I'm gonna die. It's okay.
Those guys just pushed right up.
Just wait. Don't let them push in behind you. Yeah, I think they died. There were 2 people that died outside the circle. It might have been them. Unless they're down to the hill to your left. There they are. Well, there's one of them at least. Yeah. Yeah. Good job. His teammate's still off to your right somewhere. He's calling you out. Wait, is he right there? Yeah, do you have a nade? Heal, heal, heal. Up the hill. The rock to your left. Good job, dude. Heal up. Good job, dude. And you're gonna have to run right in. It's behind you.
Yep.
There you go. Get to a rock or some little divot and heal, and you'll be good.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. Oh, okay.
I can't.
Just crouch.
There we go. It wasn't letting me.
Oh. Wasn't letting you crouch? That's crazy. Yeah, let them duke it out. Let them duke it out.
I take that shot.
Nah, wait. Let them fight. The two of them are going to fight the other two, and then you can come in and kill these guys behind him. Shoot him now. He's healing. Fuck him up. He doesn't know where you're at. Do you have any nades?
Yep.
How good are you with them? Just toss them. Oh, that's not going to work. You can't underhand. If you right click, you underhand. If you right click, you'll overhand.
Not far enough.
It's all good.
It's like 1v1v1, isn't it?
No, there's
2v1.
2v1v1. The guy on the hill's moving.
Damn it,
Yeah.
I couldn't
Do you have
fucking do it
24?
fast enough.
No worries.
Third place. Third place. Damn it.
Not too shabby.
Fuck.
Good game.
I didn't like that position I put myself in. Right as I tried to stand up, I got shot.
Yeah, if you
Alright,
right
man.
click, you can toss the nade overhand or underhand, just depending on which one you have it as.
It did it underhand automatically. I didn't try and throw it underhand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
You hopping off?
yeah, I need to get some sleep. I didn't get much sleep this weekend in Chicago.
No, you're good, man. All right, I'll catch you later. See you, dude.
Yeah, I'll see you. Good vodcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Take it easy, bro.
Later.
All right, so let's look and see who's streaming, because we going to host somebody. Yeah. That was close, Park. You're right. Cool. So, click Mudcat streaming, I believe. Tonight he said he's going to do some streaming, so yeah, cool. I'll shoot him the host. Copy. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Take it easy. If you guys, like I said, feedback's great. Appreciate you hanging out and, your input and thoughts on the ideas and everything. All right. Take it easy, guys. Later.